Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. This is your Wish Fulfilled on YouTube. Today, we're going to talk about how to deal or process or release through intrusive thoughts and feelings. Okay. How to deal with those moments where you're programming, you're just highly triggered, your programming is kicking off. You may even be hypnotized by a story. It's those moments in time where you could be feeling a myriad of different heavy, uncomfortable emotions. Okay. And one of the ways that you are going to be able to become a master manifester is by being able to get a hold and master your emotions. Okay. And this is going to be especially true if you are somebody who is still highly, highly reactive to what is going on in a 3D circumstances as you're waiting for your manifestation to flesh out. Okay. All right. So first things first, you guys, we're going to have to briefly go over the core of this teaching. I call it releasing the wants. I do have a separate video that just talks about that, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it here right now because I want this to be kind of like a standalone video. So let's talk about the root cause of where these intrusive thoughts are coming from. Okay. And actually this work is the core and the root of everything. Okay. It's the core and the root of the reason why you're manifesting an SP who either isn't manifesting in yet, or they're manifesting or showing up in a way that is causing you pain, uncomfort, feeling challenging, it'd be the reason why you're manifesting an SP who loves dealing with third parties, or an SP who is very non-committal, or an SP who isn't showing up in the way that you want them to show up. Okay, the work that we're getting ready to talk about deals with the root cause of that. Okay, so starting with everyone is you pushed out. And I say everyone and everything. Okay, everyone and everything is you pushed out. So we are here in the Neville Goddard / Law of Assumption community. We know that the 3D is simply a reflection of what is going on inside. Okay, it's reflecting back to us our dominant thought and or feeling states. Okay, and the issue with that might be for many of us is that our dominant thoughts are actually subconscious, as in hidden, like we don't actually know that that's what's happening. And this is largely why, especially in the very beginning, when you are just starting to get a hold of reprogramming your subconscious, you'll start to see things pop up in 3D that are reflecting something completely opposite for you. Okay, because basically what's happening is as you are starting to reprogram your mind and imprint new manifestations, new thought patterns, new feeling states into your subconscious, what's going to end up happening is things will pop up that are in direct opposition of that, in order for that, whatever is in direct opposition to that, to be released, to be dealt with, to be handled. Okay, so if you will look at the 3D, like whatever's happening in 3D, no matter how messed up it is, how uncomfortable it is, how much it sucks, okay, no matter how unpredictable, unbelievable, or shocking that it may be, or unexpected. Okay, just look at it as what is manifesting is a clue to what has been lurking in your subconscious programming all this time. Okay, and you guys remember, subconscious means hidden. You are not aware. Okay, you can have conscious thoughts and conscious feelings that you are a badass, that you're the best there ever is, the best there ever was. You can even feel confident. And the 3D is still popping out experiences that are showing you different. Okay. Popping out experiences with your SP where they're not treating you like a god or a goddess on a pedestal. Okay. Where they are not treating you like you're the hottest thing to walk the earth. Okay. The reason why that's happening is because even though consciously you're getting stuff handled. There is still the larger part of your being that is subconscious that you are in the process of getting rid of, which is why, how do you become aware of something that is subconscious? It pops up in your 3D. That's how you know it's there. Okay. That's really one of the only ways, through feeling, through 3D circumstances, and through intrusive thoughts, that you are able to figure out what is going on in the subconscious. Okay. Your 3D is showing you what your true dominant thought and feeling states are. Okay. And so what you want to do is you pay very close attention to the thoughts and the feeling states that are being triggered as a result of whatever is going on in the 3D. That's pretty much the gist of it. Okay. So what we're going to talk about with, I call it the process. I've been calling it releasing the wants. Okay. And I got this glare right there and I'm like, ooh, is that it? Is that a glare? I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. All right. So it is what it is. It's the content that matters, right? Okay. So I have a separate video called Releasing the Wants. And just hang with me real quick, you guys, because I know people's programming can get kind of hung up on it. Like, aren't I supposed to desire something? I'm not supposed to, there's something going on in the law of assumption community where people are really kind of hating on the concept of letting go, releasing, detaching, and stuff like that, because people are under the miscommunication, misdirection, misunderstanding, I guess, that what we're saying is you need to detach from wanting or desiring the thing. Okay. Really what it is you're detaching from is what is going on in the 3D reality. Okay. Detaching from what is happening with the mirror reflection. Okay. That's what you're detaching from. You're not necessarily detaching from desiring your SP or wanting your SP. Okay. What we are paying attention to here, though, you guys, is the energy, the feeling that is underlying the want. Okay. Is the feeling or the underlying energy, is it exciting? Is it hopeful? Is it a feeling of expectation? Like, you're anticipating it because it's coming, or is the energy underlying that want more lack focused? Is there doubt there? Is there a sense of urgency? Like, you're not really quite sure if and when it's going to come in, or if you're going to miss out. You see, there's different energies. People get caught up on languaging. Okay. What I teach you guys to do here is to pay very close attention to the energy, the feeling, okay, that underlies the words, the languaging. Okay. Something either resonates or it doesn't resonate. Okay. So if you are wanting your SP, okay, you're wanting your SP to commit to you fully. And the energy of wanting, in this sense, is more along the lines of feeling doubt, feeling like you're missing something, something's missing, there's a void there, okay, is a very different kind of an energy of expecting, wanting, and being in expectation of actually receiving that. See what I mean? Same word, want, completely different energy, completely different feeling state. And you guys have to understand it's that feeling state that matters. Okay. It's that feeling state that you are actually manifesting out from you. Okay. So if you are wanting commitment with your SP and the underlying feeling state of that, the underlying energy feels kind of icky, doubtful, unsure. Maybe there might be like, I don't know if I'm capable of doing this. You know what I mean? That feeling state is what is creating your 3D circumstances. That's what's being reflected. So if you are iffy in any way, shape, or form, as far as, your SP committing, then that's how your SP is going to show up. They're going to show up very inconsistently. not really quite sure if you're the one they want to be with or not, because you yourself are feeling that way. You're not sure that they're going to commit to you. So that's exactly how they're showing up. They're not sure they're going to commit to you because you're not sure that they're going to commit to you. Does that make sense? So this is why we deal with the underlying energy. We deal with the feeling state. In this sense, I call it releasing the wants. Okay. So it is the want that has the underlying feeling states of lack, of fear, of doubt, of anxiety, worry, those heavier, more challenging and uncomfortable feeling states. Okay. So when I talk about releasing the wants, that's what I mean. I'm not talking about letting go and giving up on your SP or your goal or your manifestation. We are removing, okay, the trigger and the feeling state that is causing you to continue to manifest behaviors and circumstances and delays and you know what I mean, in your 3D reality. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the energy of wanting. Okay. The law of attraction, the law of assumption, you can really kind of think about it however you want to. Okay. But if you, in the law of attraction, they would talk about, you know, like energy attracts like energy. In the law of assumption, it's more that, you know, what is going on inside of you is what is being pushed out, is what is being projected out onto the screen that we call 3D circumstances. Right. And so the wants, okay, and there's 4 core needs and or wants that I'm going to go over right now real quick. Number 1 is the want and or need for love and connection, okay, wanting to belong, wanting to, I would say probably the opposite of that would be fearing abandonment, okay, not wanting to feel disconnected, not wanting to be alone. Okay, wanting to feel like you belong, wanting to feel like you're a part of something, wanting to feel loved, wanting to feel cherished, all of those things. Okay, and that's the first core want or need, love / connection. Okay, not necessarily the same thing. Sometimes people will settle for connection, you know, and like they want love, but they'll settle for connection. Okay. But really, this is kind of where the core wound of abandonment, like abandonment issues, is in that category, not wanting to be abandoned, not wanting to be left all alone. Okay. The second core want or need is the need for control and or security. Okay. So in this category, there is also a need for safety, wanting to feel safe. And wanting to feel safe, you guys, is a lot more than just physical safety. Okay. Which physical safety can, you know, yes, you want to make sure that your bills are paid, you have, you know, and all your basic physical needs are met, you know, food, bills are paid, you got a roof over your head, you know where your next meal is coming from, all that good stuff. But it does also include physical safety around, you know, other people. Okay. But it also includes, you guys, feeling mentally and emotionally and maybe even spiritually, energetically safe. Okay. That is going to be under the core want and or need of control / security. Yeah. And really, it's just wanting to know that our hearts are safe with our person, or just in general, like our hearts are safe, like we can trust, you know, that it's okay to open up, right? That we are mentally and emotionally safe, not with just, you know, our SP, certainly, definitely, and especially with our SP, but like in general. Okay. A lot of us, and this is really kind of a big deal for people, because a lot of people are going around with their hearts on lockdown. Okay. Just deathly afraid of feeling vulnerable or being vulnerable with somebody. And this is where we would normally talk about boundaries versus walls. Okay. Walls keep everyone out, including yourself. It's better to put up boundaries. That way, at least the right people can get in, right? The third core want and or need, you guys, is, let's see, significance. Okay. Wanting to feel important, wanting to feel special, unique, set apart from, okay, like you matter, you're worthy, you're top tier, you are number 1 pick, the best. Okay. Number one. And then let's see, the fourth one is the need for variety. All right. Not wanting to feel bored, wanting to feel alive inside, wanting to feel that spark, wanting to feel inspired, wanting to feel motivated. Okay. Excited, fun. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things, thrills. And so those are the 4 core wants and or needs that a lot of our challenges are born out of. Okay. It's usually a lack of one of those needs. We're either being driven to fulfill one of those needs, or we are being driven away from, like the opposite, like driven away from feeling abandoned, or driven away from not feeling good enough, stuff like that. Sorry, you guys, I just ate a salad and I guess it was really acidic. My bad. All right. So when we think about the energy of wanting something, okay, and we do understand and realize that it is that feeling state by which we are creating our 3D circumstances, then we have to understand that energy of wanting, it's very important that we actually learn how to fulfill those needs ourselves, to be able to put ourselves, basically we want to release and detach those 4 needs from 3D circumstances, from the mirror. Okay, you are the projector. Okay, so whatever you're feeling inside is what you're gonna see playing out in 3D circumstances. So when we deal with and we release through the wants, then, and you start doing this on a consistent basis, like you just start consistently feeling loved and connected, because you're worthy of love. You just know, because you're amazing, right? When you just start to feel safe, like you can open up your heart, to people, and, you're able to love unconditionally, in a sense of where, someone might be showing their bad side. I was going to say show their ass, but I don't mean literally showing their ass, you know what I mean? But, they're showing their bad side. They're just acting up. They're just acting very unlovable, but because you yourself are so grounded and have so much love, you're filled with so much love, however they're acting, you're able to meet them in, with a lot more understanding, right? And so as you are consistently showing up for yourself, okay, you're filling up your own cup with love, you're filling up your own cup with connection, you're filling up your own cup with feelings of safety, significance, variety, feeling alive, then and you keep doing that. That's like you're continually sowing that seed. And so day after day after day, you start to experience the harvest of what you have been planting, the feeling states that you have been planting. Okay, I hope this is making sense. If we were talking about it in the terms of law of attraction, we would simply say those feeling states are causing you to manifest circumstances, relationships, events, happenings, behaviors from other people that are going to reflect back to you and make you or keep you in that state of wanting. Okay, circumstances, events, relationships, behaviors that are going to keep you wanting. So in other words, if you want your SP to commit, okay, and that underlying energy, that feeling state is coming from a place of you're not sure that they're ever going to, because they never have, right? Then that's exactly what you're going to continue to manifest. They're going to continue to show up for you in the 3D, behaving in a way which maybe they're, dealing with third parties, like I said, not calling you when you want them to, maybe flaking out on you, ghosting you, not calling you for days, which is keeping you in that state of wanting a commitment. Okay, so this is why we clear the wants. We get rid of the wants and we learn how to fill those needs ourselves, because it's like we've got 4 cups in front of us, you guys. Okay, 4 cups. Each one is the different need and or want. And rather than us filling them up ourselves out of our own abundance, okay, we are looking to the mirror basically to fill it up for us. And we're not really understanding, like, the mirror is only reflecting back what is going on in here. Okay, so it's a vicious cycle. So you fill up your own cup. Okay, and you do that by clearing the want. So because the want itself is an energy, it's an energetic signature. So when you are wanting love, that is because you don't feel love. You're not feeling love. Well, you can feel love anytime you want to. Now, there might be an existing feeling state, or which a feeling state, you guys, if you're brand new to my channel, a feeling state is two things, okay? It is your thought and it is an emotion, okay? It is a thought and or a thought pattern or a belief system charged by an emotion, okay? And so you clear out that existing feeling, AKA the thought charged with an emotion. And all that does is it removes the lid that is keeping you from being able to experience that which you already are and have always been. Okay? Because really, it's almost like you're putting a filter over yourself and you're saying, okay, this is separate from me, but really it's not. Like the only reason why, and this should be a whole other video, you guys, but really, that's really the reason why we even want our SP in the first place, because they are giving us the ability to connect with a part of ourselves that we have disconnected ourselves from, because for whatever reason, more than likely in childhood, we've lost sight of, oh, I feel that way anyway. That's who I am. I am love. So I can feel love anytime I want to. Okay. And more than often, you guys, it's when you are actually being loving towards other people that you are able to experience that love all the time. When you are being loving to yourself. See, that's the whole thing. It's like we are wanting things to manifest in the 3D reality in order to allow ourselves to connect with pieces of ourselves that have always been there, but for some reason we've disconnected our identity from them. Okay. I hope that's making sense. It's kind of a difficult concept for me to really put into words. I'll see if I can't, maybe over the next week or so, figure out a way to flesh that out in languaging so that you can understand it a little bit better. But it's the same thing. It's like you're wanting love, but you are love. Okay. You are love. You are abundance. You are safety and security. You are significance, you already are those things, but there's a part of you that has completely disconnected from those truths and have since looked to the mirror to be able to feel those things that you already are and have always been. Okay. So when we are met with so things are popping off in the 3D, okay, whatever's going on in the reflection, the screen that we call, because we are the projector, the screen is 3D reality. Okay. So the screen that is 3D reality is showing us stuff that, is triggering us. Okay. And maybe it's an SP got involved with a third party. Okay. And that is making you feel some type of way. So this is how you would deal with intrusive thoughts, because you guys, here's what it is. You are programmed. Your body and your mind are subconsciously programmed at a default state. Okay. And that default state can be anything. It can be craving, lust. It could be not good enough. That the default state could be a worry or doubt. Okay. And so when you are programmed to feel that way, then you can temporarily escape your default programming. You can call it a set point, but what ends up happening, you guys, is things will start to show. Your subconscious programming will kick in and be like, oh no, yeah, that was cool for a second, but this is our programming. Our programming is right here. Okay. And so things will start to pop off in the 3D that will pull your feeling state back down here. Okay. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I want to feel loved and connected, and I want to feel important and significant. And so you got to start to go back into seeking behavior. But because your default programming is down here, it's going to be the same cycle over and over and over again. Okay. This is why, you guys, you can be enjoying yourself. Okay. And out of nowhere, it's like you're happy, you're in the moment, and then boom, something happens. You get a thought, what's my SP doing? Oh my God, they haven't called me back. I texted them like 2 hours ago. Why aren't they calling back? And it's not, because that intrusive thought is a result of that programming. Okay. Because you escaped for a second that programming, and it pulls you back down. And so you definitely, this work helps to raise that threshold so that you just are always in this feeling loved, feeling accepted, feeling connected, feeling approved of, feeling significant, all of that stuff. Okay. And incidentally, because you are always feeling that way, those are the experiences that are manifesting on the screen that is 3D reality. Okay. So how do we do this, you guys? There's a 4-step process. I highly recommend that you guys check out actually 2 books linked in the description box below. One of them is called The Sedona Method, written by Hale Dwoskin. And then the other book is Loving What Is, written by Byron Katie. The Sedona Method, so both of those books combined are going to help you manage your feeling states on purpose, consciously, okay, as they come up, as they are triggered. The Sedona Method deals with the emotional component of the feeling state, and then Loving What Is by Byron Katie deals with the mental, the thought-based, okay? So that helps you to reframe the thoughts, okay? So if you've got an intrusive thought that's coming up that says, SP doesn't want me, there is a step-by-step, there's a questioning process that you go through. You basically question the thought until your attachment, your emotional attachment to that thought is disintegrated. And all of a sudden, it's just a thought. It has no credit, no merit. You're not connected with it. You're not believing it. Okay. It's just a thought. It's just a string of words, and it has no meaning or bears no nothing to you. Okay. You're able to detach yourself from what is going on in the 3D and reattach yourself to what's going on in your imagination, because that is where and how 3D circumstances are being created. Okay. So the Sedona Method, though, this is where the meat of it really is, because it's that feeling, it's the emotional part of that feeling state that makes this, it's the glue. Okay. We're disintegrating the glue that is holding that negative thought pattern in place. Okay. That challenging thought pattern in place. So your SP got a third party. It's got you feeling some type of way. Maybe you're feeling rejected. Maybe you're feeling like you're not good enough. Maybe you might even be feeling like, I don't know why this came up, you guys. It might be because it was something that I had to deal with myself, but you might even be feeling like a piece of shit. Okay. And when you are doing this work, you guys, you want to allow, like, whatever languaging comes up, let that come up. Okay. And in fact, Byron Katie talks about in her book, like, get childish with it, get petty. All right. Like, this is not the time when you're dealing with your programming. It is not the time to try to be polite and be nice. Like, it may feel mean, but that's what's inside of you. Like, if you're dealing with feelings of anger, right? And it's not, and you're really, the part of doing this work, you guys, is allowing yourself to really connect to and feel that emotion, because that's how you process it out. Okay. Side note, you guys, emotional energy and thought-based energy are 2 completely different energies, and they work completely different. They're completely different. Okay. Mind-based energy, you can fix by just changing, you change the thought, right? Emotion-based energy doesn't work like that. If you try to just change an emotion over what's already there, that's called resistance, and resistance actually fuels the challenging emotional state that you're already feeling. So this is why you tend to spiral, because you're trying to treat the emotional part of the feeling state in the same way that you would the thought pattern. Okay. So if you are especially triggered, this is how you deal with the intrusive thought and or feeling. Okay. So this really kind of depends on the intensity of the intrusive thought or the intrusive feeling. You might be able to just pop out a few affirmations and you'll be fine. You've been able to restore your feeling state. And that largely will be because you're not too overly attached or identified with whatever is going on, okay, whatever has been triggered. But you got some triggers that are like core wounds that you feel from your entire being. Like, when that shit is triggered, it drains you. You can't hardly get out of bed, throws you into depression, feeling hopeless, feeling shame, worthless, whatever, okay, different. And when you get to that point, you guys, affirmations don't touch that. You have to deal with the emotional state that is usually welling up somewhere in your body. And this is how you do that. Okay. So this is the process that I call releasing the wants. There's a separate video. It's linked in the description box below. You can just bookmark that for this specific area right here to come back to. Okay. So the first question that you want to ask yourself when you are working with whatever feeling state is there, in order to release it, process it, let it go. Okay. Because again, you guys, emotional energy is different than mental energy. The only way out of a shitty feeling state when it comes to the emotional aspect of it is by feeling through it, allowing it to come out and process through. Okay. Now, because people are so trained and focused on like the mind part of it, like, oh, if you don't dwell on it, don't think about it too much, because yeah, I understand for mental mind-based energy, that's how it works. It's not the same with an emotional. You're holding on to emotion anytime you're trying to resist it. You're holding on to it. The way that you let go of it is by allowing yourself to feel it and process it and let it through, and then it's gone. Okay. And this is how you guys, when you rid yourself of that trigger, when it's gone, it's gone. You don't have it anymore. All of a sudden, things that used to trigger you or, cause you to react in hypersensitive ways are no longer there. Okay. This is how you do it. It's magical. So first thing you do, you guys, is you ask yourself, can I welcome this feeling? Can I sit in this feeling? Can I allow myself to connect with and feel this feeling? Use whatever languaging you want. Okay. The thing here is to be able, we're accepting that this feeling is here. We don't have to agree with it. We don't have to like it, but you know what? It's at the table. We're going to let it sit, let it have its thing. Okay. We're just connecting to the feeling, how, whatever thoughts it may be kicking up, whatever feelings, energy that we're feeling in our body. Instead of trying to fix it, shove it down, push it away, wish it was something different, wanting to change it. We're not doing any of that. We are in complete acceptance. This is what I'm feeling. So I'm just going to allow myself to feel it. I welcome this feeling. I welcome this want. I welcome wanting connection with my SP. I welcome wanting to feel important to my SP. Okay. And you just take these things through the want. So what you do is you ask yourself, when you are experiencing an intrusive thought or feeling pattern or feeling state or whatever, you ask yourself, what am I wanting? Okay. What am I wanting? Or what am I running away from? What am I not wanting that I'm experiencing? You can do both. Okay. So if your SP, what's going on the screen that is 3D reality is your SP now has a third party. You want to ask yourself, and that's causing you to feel something. You're already feeling something. It's not that you're inviting it in. So welcoming can give people the impression that they are inviting it in. That's not actually what's happening. It's already there. So what you're doing by welcoming it is you're saying, I'm not trying to kick you out. I'm not trying to shut you up. I'm not trying to act like you're not there. Okay. I'm welcoming you in a sense of, you're in my house. Okay. You're in my body. You're in my mind. You're in my experience. I'm going to be in full acceptance that this is what is here right now, with the understanding and the knowledge that doing that is exactly what helps you to get rid of that intrusive thought. Okay. It's a process. So can I welcome feeling this way? Okay. You can identify the feeling if you want to, maybe it's, you're wanting to feel good enough, or maybe you're feeling like trash because your SP is, you feel they're treating you like trash. And so that's how you feel. Can I allow myself to feel, or can I welcome feeling like trash? And that might send like bells or alarms in your head, but that feeling, we're talking about the actual feeling, the energy that is there. Okay. So what we're saying is, can I welcome feeling like trash? There is a feeling here that is kicking off. And by you trying to be like, oh, no, I don't want to feel like trash. I don't want to feel that emotion. I don't want to think those thoughts. that's only fueling the fire. So you allow yourself to feel that feeling that you have called trash, feeling like trash. It's that energetic signature that we are working with. It's that emotion. You can call it whatever you want. Okay. It's just an energy. And by welcoming that feeling, okay, welcoming that emotion, feeling like trash, connecting with it, allowing it to be there, feeling it to its fullest, you dive right into it. That's what it's like, a bubble. It's like a balloon. You poke a hole in it and this energy just dissipates out. And all of a sudden, that anxiety, that kinetic energy that you're feeling, peace and calm is able to finally come through, right? Because it's covering up. It's not that you are attracting peace and calmness to you. You already are peace and calmness. You are bliss. You are those things already. You've got something, though, that is covering that up, that is messing with that signature, that is not allowing the true parts of you to sift through so that you can experience it. You have a feeling called not feeling good enough or feeling like trash that is keeping you from being able to connect with your true nature. Okay. So you allow yourself to feel that feeling. You allow yourself to feel as worthless as you might be feeling right now. We're not saying that you are worthless. Okay. We're talking about the energy, the feeling. You know, you are worthy. You know, you're one of a kind. You know, you're the only one. You are the God of your reality. You are it. Okay. Of course, you're worthy. Of course, you're worthy of your manifestation. You created it, right? Of course, you know you're worthy. But that doesn't mean that there's not a feeling state there, a programmed response that has been there for a while that keeps kicking up. And this is how you release that programming, you guys. You get rid of that programming. This is how you raise that bar, that default mode. So you don't have to worry about things just popping up in your 3D reality unexpectedly to push you back down. Okay. So the second question, after you have welcomed the feeling, you've sat with it, you've allowed yourself to actually connect with it and feel it. Okay. The second thing you do is you ask yourself, can I let go? Now that I've welcomed this, now that I'm in this feeling, can I now let go of feeling like I'm not good enough? And this is going to blow your mind, you guys, but because you have that programming, okay, believe it or not, subconsciously, because your subconscious, you guys, it doesn't know good or bad. It's a program. It doesn't know that this is good, this is bad, that's right, that's wrong. It doesn't, it's just a program, right? And so there is actually a subconscious part of you, because it is programmed to not feel good enough. There's actually a subconscious part of you that wants not to feel good enough. Okay. Mind blowing, right? Like I said, intellectually and consciously, that sounds like what? Like it doesn't even make any sense, but we're dealing with your subconscious programming. It doesn't know if that's good or bad. It just is. And so you want to be able to let go of wanting to not feel good enough, because subconsciously that's what's going on. Okay. Because you're programmed, you're up here, you're feeling confident, you're doing your affirmations, and then something pops off in the 3D realm that brings you right back down here. It's because subconsciously your programming wants you to not feel good enough. So can you let go of wanting not to feel good enough? Okay. But again, you guys, play with languaging. If it feels a little off, or it doesn't feel like it resonates, or you just feel too much resistance, you can actually release through resistance too, you guys. Okay. You can take resistance through the same process that we're going through right here, right now. All right. But you can say, can I allow myself to feel as worthless as I do? Now, can I let go of wanting to feel worthless? Can I let go of it? Then you can say the opposite. Can I let go of wanting to feel worthy? You see how this works? Okay. Can I let go of wanting to feel valued? Can I let go of wanting to feel important? It's like I said, you guys, it is up here to your mind. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're not working with mind-based energy. We're working with heart-based energy. Okay. Mind-based energy, thought, mental, masculine, mind-based energy, heart-based energy, emotional energy, feminine energy. Okay. They're not the same and they don't work the same. They don't function the same. What works up here does not work down here. And this is what we're dealing with right now. Okay. Emotional, heart-based, feminine energy. So after that, then you ask, and you guys, as you get really comfortable and adept at this process, really, you'll get to a point where you don't even have to ask yourself the question. You'll find a mechanism or a process where you're just like, for me personally, it's one of those things where I just imagine myself just connecting with whatever it is, sinking down into it, feeling it, sitting inside of it, embodying it, and it just pops like a bubble. I've been doing this now for 4 years. Okay. I've been at it for a while, and you'll get to the same part where it's just like, you'll feel something challenging come up or uncomfortable, and you'll just be able to sink right down into that feeling, process it out. You don't even have to ask the questions. Okay. But until you get to that point, because for a lot of us, you guys, it was for me, probably for you too. This is all completely new territory. And so it may take you several passes with the same intrusive thought or the same intrusive feeling state before you finally even start to etch the surface, but keep going, because it doesn't matter what your answer is to any of these questions, you're still releasing. So if you are saying, like, for question number 1, can I welcome feeling? Can I welcome this feeling? And your answer is no, or I don't know, or I want to, but it doesn't matter what your answer is, you're still releasing. Keep going. Okay. Now your mind is going to want to come in and be like, nothing's happening. What am I supposed to be feeling? Your mind's going to want to come in and fix things, judge things, criticize things. That's mental, mind-based, egoic energy. Okay. And you can release through that too. Can I let go of wanting this to feel a certain way? Can I let go of wanting this process to look and feel a certain way? It doesn't matter what it is. Resistance, the mind, the ego will kick up resistance in the form of, how do I know this is working? Well, can you let go of wanting to figure it out? You know what I mean? Can you let go of wanting proof? Can you let go of wanting evidence? It's all the same thing. Okay. So the third question is, let's see. Oh, if I could let go, would I? Because that, in these last 2 questions really are kind of for those of you guys in the very beginning, where the mind is wanting to get in there and really kind of like control the process. Okay. In the very beginning, especially if you are very overly attached and in your mind too much, because that's just what you've been used to. You've been disconnected from your emotional energy, shit just running rampant, right? The mind will try to get in here and judge things, mess with things, criticize things. It's almost like it's going in like, with like a clipboard, like it's, are we on task? Is things going the way that they need to be going here? And that's not what it is. We have to shut that shit down, because when we are in this mode, when we are tapped into the feminine part of, and some of you, if you don't like that, you can just say heart-based or emotional-based versus mind-based or, thought-based. It's whatever. But feminine energy is present. Okay. Feminine energy is completely different than the masculine mind-based energy. And that feminine energy is completely just immersed in the present moment. There is no judgment here. There's no criticism here. There's only full acceptance. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it or even like it. But feminine energy is like, okay, this is where we're at. We're going to sit in it. Okay. So the third question is going to be when the mind is popping off and it's like, I can't let go. I can't welcome. You may not even want to. There may be a part of you that's like, I don't even want to let go. Well, number 1, can you let go of wanting to let go? Can you welcome not wanting to let go? Can you hold on to this as much as you can? Because that's where you're at. Okay. But the third question is, if I could let go, would I? If I could let go, would I? Would I let go of feeling like trash? Could I, if I could let go of wanting to feel good enough, would I? Now, why would you want to let go of wanting to feel good enough? Because remember, we're dealing with the underlying energy of that statement. Okay. And the underlying energy of that statement is, I don't feel good enough right now. And that's what you're dealing with. I don't feel good enough. So can you let go? Like, if you could let go of wanting to feel good enough, would you? Fourth question, really simple. When will you let go? Any answer will do. You can let go right this second, right now. You can let go in 5 minutes, next week, whatever. Okay, it's all releasing. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that is the releasing process, you guys. That is how you will deal with any kind of intrusive thought or feeling state that may be triggered from whatever's happening on the screen that is 3D reality. Okay, and then you might have some mind stuff, you like some thoughts that are really challenging or just disconcerting that you can take through the questioning process. For that, I actually more recommend the book, Loving What Is. Okay. And that's going to take you through another questioning process that is actually going to help you to look at things a different way. So for instance, if you have a thought like SP doesn't want me, my SP doesn't want me, there's a questioning process that takes you through and unravels that thought. Because normally, especially when we are programmed to feel like we're not good enough, that program, you guys, and our brains, I'm telling you, programming is something else, and our brains are something else as well. You know, there are generalizations, distortions, deletions. I mean, your brain will, in order to keep you in that program, your brain will generalize, distort, it will even delete evidence that is to the contrary of that. So if you're not feeling good enough, you might have people telling you that you're good enough. You might have trophies, you might have accolades coming from around all of you, and your programming could be distorting their message. Like, they may be telling you something and you can take it completely different. You know what I mean? They're telling you something, they're telling you that you're good enough, or they're saying something that is like a compliment, but because you are programmed to feel a certain way about yourself and about the world in general, your mind, your brain interprets that and hears it in a way that they didn't intend. This happens all the time. Okay. It's the same with deletions. Okay. Evidence that you are good enough can be right in front of your face and you don't see it. You don't recognize it. You might see it with your eyes, but your brain is telling you that it's something different, or your brain might maybe even saying, that's a lie. That's not true. You know what I mean? So this is why it is so important, you guys. And the book, Loving What Is, helps you to take that thought pattern and to look at it in many different ways. So for instance, my SP doesn't want me. You would take it through what they call the turnarounds. Okay. So the turnaround would be like so my SP doesn't want me is the original thought, right? You'll turn it around. I believe they say to the self, okay, I don't want my SP. That may or may not be true, but what you do is you sit there and it may resonate and it may not. For me, it was actually true. Like, when I was going through this process with my ex-husband, soon to be ex-husband, I actually realized, like, because, you know, that was what was happening on my 3D reality screen. He was showing up in a way that was showing me and even saying that he didn't want me. So I was taking this through the process. She calls it the work. Okay. The work. Loving What Is, Byron Katie. She calls this process the work. And I'm not even doing it justice here. I'm just giving you a little snippet. Okay. So one of the turnarounds is I don't want my SP. And that was true in my case. It actually did resonate. When I actually sat there and I looked at things, I was like, I actually really, I don't like him that much as a person. We don't have a lot in common. And when I really sat down and I switched my focus, because our programming makes us hypnotized to only focus on what they want, what makes them happy, completely disregarding ourselves and what we want, right? That's how programming is. And so this forced me it took my focus off of making him the important one and put it back on me and be like, oh shit. Like, okay, so maybe he doesn't want me, but really I don't want him either. It's like, I'm not even really that physically attracted to him. We don't get along. He's not, I don't want to sit here and bash my ex, but they're just, you know what I mean? Like that statement resonated for me. Like I had a whole laundry list of things where I was like, why am I, why am I stuck on this guy again? Right. Let's see. My SP doesn't want me. I don't want my SP. And then the other one was, I think, to the opposite, where it's like my SP does want me. And that may also resonate. And because of your programming, you're not able to actually see it. Okay. And so even if your SP tells you that they don't want you, you guys, come on. 3D reality, people in general, moods, wants, desires change on a dime, especially hot and cold, back and forth, whatever. It's because, that's just kind of how people can be, right? So if the original thought that is really triggering you and causing you a lot of pain might be my SP doesn't want me, well, turning it around to the opposite says my SP does want me. And here's all the proof. They're still calling me. They're still maintaining contact with me. There may be all kinds of evidence that is showing you they actually still do want you. It may not be in the fullness or in the fullest of what you are wanting, but then again, you guys, we're a law of assumption people. We're manifesting this as we go. Okay. This is just helping with the feeling state, intrusive thoughts and stuff like that, and helping you to clear out what is challenging, what is difficult, what is negative, so that you can reconnect with a more empowering feeling state. Okay. Help you to reconnect with what you are doing in the imagination. Okay. Imaginal acts, connecting with that and being like, that's what reality truly is. Okay. Reality is not the screen, you guys. That's not reality. Reality is not 3D circumstances. Reality is the projector. You are reality. Okay. So if you are able to connect to a reality within yourself, despite what's going on out there that says my SP wants me, my SP adores me, who cares if what's going on the screen is, and they're actually, your SP on the screen is saying they don't want you. They want nothing to do with you. They're on the screen. They're dealing with third parties, may even be telling you that third party is better than you. The screen is not reality. Okay. You are reality. You're the projector. Okay. If you can really, and this is radical, you guys, this is radical acceptance, radical faith, being able to disconnect yourself mentally and emotionally, disconnect your sense of what is real from the screen that is 3D reality. That's the name of the game. That's it, you guys. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing with feeling it real. Being able to completely detach yourself from what is going on in 3D circumstances and really connect yourself, put your faith in that feeling state into what is going on. And this is real. What is real is my SP adores me. My SP loves staying the night with me. They love committing to me. They're excited that they're going to be marrying me. That's reality. And you stay there and you hold that state. That's it, and you stay there. There is a delay, when you think about the 3D screen, you got reality here, the projector, and then you got the screen that is 3D circumstances. There's a delay between what you are projecting and what you're actually watching on the screen. So if you will keep that in mind and hold fast to your affirmation, hold fast to that feeling state, that belief that your SP is yours, you're the only one they want to be with. Eventually, you'll start to see 3D circumstances conforming. Okay. I don't know why I'm just in such a giddy mood. Something about, I don't know, you guys. I know this is a long ass video. Sorry, not sorry. I guess, you can always take it in chunks, but I have a feeling though, it's going to be very helpful for you. Okay. So love you guys so much. I will be back soon with another video. Not really quite sure yet what we are going to call it, but I promise there'll be more content coming soon. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later.